English
Okay. The value of what quantity is predicted in theory of antimatter production.
the theory basically says how much energy is produced when the quantity of Coulombic charge is converted into energy. So basically, it's energy what is predicted in this theory.
So the energy, according to the Einstein's law,
Yeah.
E is equal to mc square, right?
Yeah, right.
So the mc square, you have to get an energy from a matter.
Yes.
You should have an external force or something like that. Otherwise, it never produces an energy. Otherwise, either it is
There is a
in a
one
field.
way.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, if I can, it's antimatter and matter. They when come in contact,
Mhm.
they actually annihilate, which means they completely destroy and nothing will be left over. Completely energy will be formed.
Okay.
ഞാൻ ശരി എന്നെ എൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ കേൾക്കില്ല.
That's okay. That's fine.
No, no, once again, please. I didn't get it.
What I'm saying is there is something called antimatter,
Yes.
which is actually having all the properties of matter, ordinary matter, but the charge is opposite. That's why it is called antimatter.
Can you name it? Some antimatters?
Antihydrogen.
Okay.
Antihydrogen. Basically, any matter has its antimatter.
Okay.
So you can just add anti in the first place and call it antimatter.
Okay. If I'm having some hydrogen or oxygen or whatever content which I'm having, how we can convert into antimatter? Or just name it, it never going, it never changed to an antimatter by means. But if I name it, I can just name it. But how can we convert this hydrogen or any kind of molecular matter? How we can convert from the matter to antimatter?
Sadly, that is the essence of this theory. What this theory is saying is E equal QK square, which is analogous to Einstein's E equal to mc square, where there was mass in that case, and here it is Coulombic charge.
Okay.
So we can actually convert charge into energy.
Right.
That is what this theory is saying.
You says charge into energy means this charge is occupied by a matter is by natural or it is getting from some external source, like if this matter is getting sunlight producing the energy, right?
Sunlight is energy.
Yeah. So while during the period of getting energy from sun, or it's inherently having the energy or what? You know what I mean? If there is a matter, you say it's having energy, right?
Yeah.
Or antimatter having energy. If the antimatter or antimatter, this matter and antimatter having the same quantity of energy, or it's having any differences?
It's same.
Only the difference is the
Charge is
charge is different. Just opposite or
opposite charge. That's all.
okay. So if there is a matter and antimatter is keeping besides.
We cannot touch them because it will annihilate. It will completely destroy into
Yes,
energy.
this is one. So the output of this theory is something seems to be helpful to the world, or it can be destroy the world. In which sense?
Science is just a tool. You have to
Correct.
You have to use it in your way, whether it is for good or bad.
Like you're saying it's like that, the fission and fusion theory, right? So atomic fission and fusion theories are there. So the atom bombs and all those. So
it can be used for production of energy and also for atom bomb. So it's up to
yes,
the person.
I got it. But the applications of this theory is helping in which are the area which you think?
Industrial.
Yeah, industrial.
Industrial is production of antimatter.
We can produce the antimatter, but this antimatter, it should be an agent or something for something, right? For some recreations or some production of tire or production of any commodities, something like that.
You know the market value of antimatter?
I don't know.
Let me say it's 3,600 billion Indian rupees for 1 milligram.
Okay. Oh,
So
that's really amazing. But if you're able to make such a small quantity of antimatter,
yeah,
how much effort you have to take in place?
that's the most most challenging part,
Mm-hmm.
because according to my theory, I'm only putting forward the equation that gives the value of energy when released from this charge, when it is converted to energy. But when it
How do
happens,
you become realize these equations? The derivation from where? Only from the mathematical formula, or how do you derive this formula?
I don't know how it came, but it is so analogous to Einstein's E equal to mc square. So, according to me, I believe energy equal force into length.
Force into length.
Yes.
So where is the mass of the matter?
Mass.
Yeah, mass.
Yeah, the force part includes mass.
Hmm.
Let me
Okay.
explain it.
Okay.
Or you got it?
No, please.
Okay. It is this gravitational law where G m1 m2 by r square comes. So that part is force, where there is mass. And in case of Coulombic charges, there comes charge q1 q2
Yes.
divided by r square.
Okay.
So that is the force part, and into length is energy. So if
Length, you are mean it like energy.
no, product of length and force is energy.
I'm sorry, once again, please.
Product of force
Uh-huh.
and length is energy.
Can you explain the length, please? What do you
Length.
mean the length?
Length means, yeah, I must say that. What is the energy that we spend when we move something L distance?
Okay, fine.
Basically,
I got it. Okay. So how much energy you pay for it to move from one thing from here to there? This is
Yeah.
what you. So the friction is counting over there, right? You are trying to overcome the friction to move one thing to.
Just let us make it simple.
Yeah.
There is no need of friction is needed. I'm sorry. When constant force is applied,
Okay.
that into the product that into the length. So product of both of these gives energy.
So I have another question.
Yeah, sure.
So if there is a stone is staying here, I'm trying to push from 1 meter.
Yeah.
So initially I have to keep more force, while those are moving, I have to keep less force because that's having inertia to move it, right? So in which manner you are saying the constant force?
See, when we are applying it and moving it, there is frictional force against acting against.
That's maybe constant.
Yeah.
In a smooth surface, that's good. But the inertia means the first place.
Yeah.
We have to keep more because that's not non-moving object. I don't know the exact word for the exact thing. Because once they are getting the acceleration, they are having a moving energy, means the acceleration energy as well.
But there is an force acting against it, the friction.
It should be according to the Newton's third law. There's the opposite reaction on it, but
No, it's not just, it's not the opposite reaction actually. I mean, it's up to you to think what you need. You can theorize it in that way, but the thing is that when you are pushing something, there is a force against your hand itself. In free space we are talking about,
okay.
and here it can be friction and not
No,
much.
anything that's objects, that's it. We can name it friction or whatever it is. This is what I mean. As a layman point of view,
Okay, common
a
sense.
common man.
Okay.
I don't know any physics. I'm very common.
No, I don't think so.
No. I'm just name it or example it.
Okay. An
As a
example.
common man, how can it benefit these things? This antimatter, how can I benefit? Because I don't know anything regarding those things.
You have to tell me what is the priority of common man first.
I'm a farmer, or I'm doing some job for my daily breads.
Okay.
And so I don't even watch the TV a lot of time. Maybe I'm just watching half an hour serial or maybe one cinema or one.
So
one
I'm
news.
asking, what is the objective of a compliment?
Objective of the compliment. The question I would like to answer, like, how could it benefits the universe? This is the question I'm asking another.
So the overall, that's definitely energy production and scientific discoveries that will come after. I mean, when Newton discovered with this law of gravitation, nobody thought it could be applied in launching rockets.
Okay.
It came later. Only past century came to know
Yes.
about rockets.
Yeah. How much time it will take to, evolve or evolutionary this theory become, reality?
Reality is
Reality in the
experimentally
sense,
verified.
let's say Mr. Rama, he invented some petrol from biomaterials.
Okay.
He claimed those things from last 20 years back. Read from the newspaper. I think 15 to 20 years back.
Okay.
So still he is claiming the same, but no common man or the persons who are living in Tamil Nadu or Kerala or all over India didn't get those benefits. What he's claiming,
Okay.
right? So this antimatter, if you're claiming or if you're saying that this is the new invention which I would like to have to introduce the world. So you have to prove yourself first. You have to prove somebody. Those are we can say the masters in those fields
Mm.
in physics or in science. You have to keep some white peppers or something like that, right? So you have to keep those disease or white pepper to explain those. These are the things which I'm trying to follow, and this is I found it, and we can create in this way. We have to keep this much of temperature, and we have to keep this. These are the process we have to follow, something like that. How do you reckon? How much time it will take, and how much cost it will evolve?
See, I'm doing my part, which is proposing a theory.
Right. Okay. I really congratulate you on those, initiate from yourself. Whether this is, very successive or, not much successive, but your initiative, I have to congratulate you first of all.
Thank you.
Okay. That's I really appreciate, and I'm little proud of it, really. So I'm not, discourage you
Okay.
to move forward. But my question is very, my simple question from my head, which I'm trying to ask.
Sure.
So if this is a very successful thing, we can keep in a positive mode, like in all over India, we are suffering to get the proper energy from the energy sources like dams or the solar or whatever it is, nuclear also. So if we can help on those matter,
Yeah.
we can have a revolution from our country itself
Yeah.
to the world, that we can do in this way. We can produce energy in a controlled environment. We can depends upon the demand. We can produce energy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But I don't know. I'm still confusing on those part. Like
Sure.
how much infrastructure we needed,
Yeah.
how much cost it needed, how much infrastructure we needed to produce or to create such an environment.
You have to understand, I don't have infrastructure, and that's the reason I am saying it in public, because someone has to take that step.
No. If we are on the right track, a lot of bodies should come into you, and if we can prove those things in front of them, they should encourage.
See,
Because
this is just
According to my experience, I saw a lot of startup companies. They start up with the small ideas, and they'll get bigger. So 2 days back I saw Byju's app. You know the Byju's app? Byju's app, he's a man from South India, I think maybe from Kerala. He, invented, or we can say, he simply created one application for the mobile, Android and iOS, which help to calculate your, maths in another way, because a plus b all square is what? A square plus 2ab plus b square. How it comes? He derives in a good manner. The people can easily understand what is a square, what is b square. How it is a square plus b square. It should be in this way, right? So these are the things which matters. So day before yesterday, I saw in the newspaper. Mark Zuckerberg, he's going to invest $50 million to enlarge his in the application level into another level. $50 million he's going to invest. So if there is a good ideas and good wills, what you are going to do, there should be some the people now invest on brains, the ideas. So it should be what? This is my idea. But you have to prepare yourself for a lot of things. I don't know. I covered all those things. We covered the equation of the theory, historical events explained in the theory. This is I did it last.
Yeah, that's something I like to answer. It's baryon asymmetry in the universe. That one actually I told you, but I didn't say that name.
Mhm.
It is this amount of matter in much larger quantities than antimatter.
Mm.
So in the time when this universe is formed, energy density might be something very high, and that might be the cause that only one type of matter was preferred by nature.
Okay.
And that is the case when this equation E equal to QK square is applicable. And here E is energy, Q is Coulombic charge, and K is a constant.
All right. Okay.
Anything else?
Okay. You went back up to the form of universe, right? That's a good, interesting. That's interesting. The industrial use we already covered,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
We can produce energy and use
Cost also covered.
cost.
36.
Cost. I'm asking the cost of to produce the production cost, which I'm asking.
I believe this is much more efficient than fusion because you actually, when you put energy and create a antimatter,
Mhm.
when you annihilate with something, an ordinary matter,
Mhm.
you are actually producing double the energy. You spend half, let's just say X, and you are getting 2X energy.
Mhm.
The cost is X energy, so the profit is also X energy since 2X is produced.
Okay, right. So that means we are getting around 100% extra.
Extra, yeah.
So thank you.
My pleasure.
Off